you looking for ways on how to write a fundraising letter template? Well, I'm going to share with you in the next few minutes a template that will work for you for every fundraising appeal letter that you write. Let's start off with, there are 9 pieces that I think need to be included in a fundraising appeal letter. And of course, we all start off with what's at the top, and that is what we call the salutation. The salutation says, "Dear Robin." It does not say, "Dear friend," "Dear madam," "Dear sir." You can use "Dear Mrs. Thompson." I like to use first names because in this day and age, that just seems to resonate with more people when we use their first names. Now, if you've segmented your database, it may be that you have a group of people who are older who would feel like it was disrespectful for you to just say "dear," whatever their first name is. But I would say err on using their first name, but never ever use "dear friend." If you have to use "dear friend," just don't do an appeal letter. Okay, thing number 2, your opening sentence, your headline, the opening paragraph. One of the best ways to start off a letter is with a quote from one of your recipients, a quote as to how your organization changed somebody's life. It could be a sentence like this. Could you picture for a moment a woman on the brink of making the hardest decision of her life? Now that would hook you in, right? That opening sentence is just like a newspaper article to hook you in. Movies, you know how movies hook you in there at the beginning? So let me give you a couple other ideas of opening sentences. When I was 3.5 years old, 2 men in black coats and hats lifted me up by the arms off the front lawn of our home on Long Island, New York. My legs kicked wildly into the air between us. I was thrown into a waiting car and driven away. This was a story of a survivor who was formerly one of the America's Missing Children. That grabbed you, didn't it? How about starting off like this? Thanks to you, John Jameson graduated from high school and is headed to Georgetown University this fall. And he's not alone. Your support has made possible a 100% graduation rate for our 12 seniors. That's right. Your support resulted in success for every single student we sought to help. Imagine what we can do together for the class of 2020 or 2021 or 2023, whatever. Okay, so that's your opening sentence. So crafting that opening sentence is like crafting the title of a movie. It's the one that's going to turn on the movie projector. I had a speech coach years ago. His name is Lou Heckler, and he said to me, he said, "Robin, when you start your presentation, you need to turn on the movie projector." So that for those of you who are older, you may remember in the old days that there used to be a little guy who went all the way up to the top, to the balcony at the movie theater, and he had to actually switch on the movie projector. So this opening line is what will switch on the movie projector. Okay, so we talked about the salutation, the opening line, opening paragraph for number 2. Number 3 is the ask. That's the first place that you're going to do the ask. And so it happens that pretty soon after you start the letter, once you've told your story, then you've got them and you want to do your first ask at that point. Your story needs to focus on one individual and it needs to convey emotion. It needs to be someone your organization has helped, not a statistic about a zillion people that your organization has helped, but one individual person that we can relate to. Okay, so number three was your ask. Number 4 is your story. And number 5, what is the impact that your organization has had? It may be you say something like, today more than ever. It's only possible with help of support like yours. Could be when 6-year-old Alec came to childcare 1 year ago, he didn't talk to his parents or friends, and his father feared he never would. Thanks to you, today, Alex talks all the time, and it's music to his father's ears. So you're demonstrating the impact. You're not exactly saying, we changed Alex's life, but as they read this story, you can hear how that your organization changed his life. And when I say that to people about how did it change somebody's life, a lot of times they're like, but we're an environmental organization, or we're a school, or but you changed someone's life. That's why that they want to be involved in your organization. Okay, so number 6, you're going to ask again. You're going to ask in a different way than you've already asked. Okay, so then number 7 is you want to reinforce that ask. For instance, a child's future is in your hands. Give today. To make it easier for you, visit our website. Maybe thank you for being on this journey with us. Your gift makes people like John be able to do what he does. Okay, so then number 8 is your sincerely. So this can be, let's say you're a children's organization. It can be yours for the children. It could be with deepest gratitude. We want to be sure that either it relates to your organization or it's who you are. For instance, I use all my best at the end of all my letters. If you're a religious organization, it might be something like blessings or something along those lines. Be sure you sign it or have whoever's the executive director, the board chair, someone sign it in blue ink. Now, there are ways, and we know that there are ways that you can scan in a signature today and it will look like it was signed by someone. Make it as real as possible. I have gotten more negative feedback from people who said, oh, you mean he couldn't even have signed these letters? And granted, a lot of times the executive director or whoever is very busy and they don't have time to sign all the letters. So if you do scan it in, just be sure that it looks real. And if you can, put a little note. Thank you so much for your past support. I mean, just very little, putting their first name. Thank you for your past support. We have seen so much increase in donations by just putting a little handwritten note on there from the executive director. Had somebody say to me, I can't believe the executive director wrote me a note on my letter. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so then number 9 is to reinforce your call to action. And if you can add a deadline, that helps even more. For instance, your gift of X makes blank possible. Remember, you are our best partner in advocating for kids who were abducted. Please give now so we can train 1,000 police this year. We are nearly to our goal. Your gift will help put us over the top. Thanks for your support. It always helps if you have a match too. If you have a donor who's given you a matching gift, that then you can say, if you give today, your gift is doubled because of this donor. Okay, so let's talk about, there were 9 areas that we just talked about. So these are parts of your fundraising appeal letter So if you use this template, you just need to fill in the blank. Salutation, dear, whatever the person's name is. The opening sentence that grabs them like a hook. Your ask, that's your first ask. Your story, how that it's affected one individual, and then the impact that it had. Your ask again, you're going to reinforce the ask, and then your ending, sincerely, and you always, always, always put a PS. Those are for the people who skim your letter. They will look at the bold, they will look at the italic, they will look at who signed it, and they will look at the PS. Be sure you repeat your ask and always have a capital P period, S, capital period. So thank you so much for joining me today, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am putting up new videos daily that will help you have fun with fundraising. Thanks for being here today.